is America for in this struggle? We know whom it's against, the Assad regime, also the regime's principal opponent, ISIS, also all the other jihadi groups fighting in Syria, like Jabhat al-Nusra, the al-Qaeda affiliate, and Ahrar al-Sham, perhaps the largest one besides ISIS. Oh, and it's also opposed to the Hezbollah forces. The United States, by contrast, is closely allied with the Iraqi government in its fight against militant Sunnis in that country, but it finds itself on the same side of these same militant Sunnis just across the border in Syria as they battle the Assad regime. Washington does have some group setbacks, but if you consider the major groups vying for control of Damascus, the United States is against almost all of them.
So where exactly do we fit in amongst this crowd? Hundreds of militias, hardline Islamists, Arabs, Sunnis, Kurds, Iran, Russia, and the mother of all civil wars, Syria. Whether determined by geography or religion or language or culture, the United States is the odd man out. And to make matters worse, the United States is looking to get involved, but hardly looking to make a commitment.
The West has combined maximalist, uncompromising rhetoric with minimalist, ineffective effort.
In order to defeat ISIS, it is generally agreed that air power is necessary but not sufficient.
U.S. warplanes have been bombing ISIS
There will be a requirement for ground troops.
I do not foresee a scenario in which boots on the ground in Syria, American boots on the ground in Syria, would not only be good for America, but also would be good for Syria.
The American public would never agree to ground troops in Syria. And, for the most part, this is just a vicious civil war.
Obama believes that you don't solve problems like these through force. They can't be. There's no military solution. It has to be done by diplomacy. That would be great if the other side had the same thought. Unfortunately, Putin assumes, and is correct in assuming, that some civil wars have a military outcome. Spanish Civil War in the 30s had a military outcome. The American Civil War had a military outcome. And this idea that you solve it by diplomacy and withhold any application of pressure is simply a fantasy.